Okay, so you're either going to love or hate me for what I have to say, but keep your emotions in check, because by the end of this, you're either going to fall out of love/hate with me. Now, over the past few weeks, Donald Trump has shocked his critics and delighted his supporters by signing a series of executive orders. And it was FDR who paved the way for him. And of course, after making a statement like that, I'm going to explain. During his time as president, FDR signed almost 4,000 executive orders establishing agencies and government programs without the approval of Congress. He even used an executive order to intern thousands of Japanese Americans in camps during World War II. This is something the Supreme Court upheld and could be used as a legal precedent for Trump shipping undocumented immigrants to Guantanamo Bay, but that is another story. Now, FDR argued that the Great Depression was a national emergency and he needed to exercise executive power to stabilize the economy. But where FDR used executive orders to expand the government, Trump is doing the reverse and dismantling agencies in the process. But there's an even bigger difference here, and this is one that should scare all of us. While FDR holds the all-time record for executive orders, he was kept in check by a relatively strong Congress. They even passed a constitutional amendment to keep him from running for a fourth term. Today's Congress is relatively weak by comparison. Legislative productivity is at an all-time low. Partisan gridlock has made lawmaking almost impossible. And thanks to gerrymandering and geographic sorting, most of Congress doesn't have to worry about losing their job as long as they keep their party's base happy. And this brings us to the real issue, and it's not about Trump. It's about a system of elections that removes a vital check on presidential power. Right now, Congress is broken because it rewards extreme partisanship. Over 80% of House seats are safe, meaning the party primary effectively serves as the general election, which means that those 80% of seats in Congress are decided by a very small portion of the most partisan voters. Now, primary voters tend to prefer more extreme candidates, and they punish candidates who cross the aisle in the interest of getting things done. And right now, it gives enormous power to Trump because he's extremely popular with the base of the GOP. So if we want to restore a system of checks and balances, we need to reform elections to give power to the majority of voters, not just the party base. Open nonpartisan primaries are one reform that's shown to produce more independent, consensus-minded lawmakers, and multi-member districts would improve this even more by allowing smaller parties to challenge a duopoly when they're non-responsive to voter concerns. And this isn't just about keeping the president in check. It's about getting government back into the business of governing as opposed to producing hot takes for social media. The alternative is that Trump won't be the last president to rule by executive order unless he's the last president.